Hi there guys, got a video here for you today on the AGT Uragan 2, and in this one we're going to try and stop the ping that's coming off the rifle. We're going to be doing two things to try and eliminate the ping. The first being making a brand new hammer with a peak tip on it. That's what you're seeing me make in the video right now. And the second will be a depinger that fits on the inside of the plenum. I didn't get any footage of me making that as I did forget to press the record button on the camera, but we do show it off later on in the video so you'll be able to see exactly how that works. But the first thing we're making is the new hammer with the peak tip. We're making the new hammer out of stainless steel and then we'll be pressing a peak tip into the end of it. So the peak tip will help insulate the valve pin from any metallic resonance as the hammer hits it. I will say that peak isn't the best material to use for this application. The best material to use would be Delrin. Although in my experience, a Delrin tipped hammer over time can deform and cause you some inconsistency problems. So I always use peak for this job now. It doesn't do as good a job as Delrin in insulating the valve pin, but it does last pretty much as long as the rifle does. The peak doesn't deform and it does nearly as good a job as Delrin. The second thing that we're going to be doing to eliminate the ping on this rifle is by making a depinger that fits in the plenum of the rifle. So if you've seen my video on the Daystate Red Wolf where we make a depinger, you'll see exactly where I'm going with this. But we're going to be making a Delrin sleeve that fits inside the plenum and that will insulate the outer aluminium tube which the Uragan 2 uses as a plenum. You'll see exactly what I mean a little later in the video as we show the device off. But we do show off the before and after in this video, so you'll be able to hear the difference for yourself. With the new hammer made, we'll get you over to the bench and we'll start fitting the components. With that all out of the way, here's the rifle and the two pieces that we've made. Here is the peak tipped hammer that we made in the video. So as you see there, on the end there is just a piece of peak that's been pressed into the hammer tip. It's the same overall length and dimensions as the original hammer, although it's made out of stainless steel with a peak tip obviously. So there we have it there. That should hopefully cut down on some action noise and make the sound of the hammer hitting the valve a little less prevalent. The next thing we have here is the depinging device. So this is our depinger for the Uragan 2. I didn't show the making of this on video as it's fairly simple, and to be honest with you I did forget to press the record button on the camera, although hopefully you can see exactly how it's constructed. Piece of Delrin, hole in one end which is fairly large, in the other a nice small one. If you saw my video on the Red Wolf where we made a depinger for it, you'll understand exactly how that works, although we will go through it very quickly when we take the stock off and have a look at it. Just quickly before we do that though, I will give you a couple dry fires of the rifle so you can hear the before and then we'll show you the after. Right then, hopefully from that you can hear the ping that we're trying to get rid of. It is fairly prevalent in real life. I have had some of the people at the range make comments on it when I've been shooting the rifle, so it's definitely not a subtle sound. With that said, I'll get the bits installed. With the stock off, you can see the plenum of the rifle, which is this tube here. Our little depinging device will go in the plenum and seal between the two blocks of the rifle. So we have an O-ring around here and an O-ring around here. What this will do is completely isolate this aluminium tube here. And instead of the plenum volume being all the volume inside this aluminium tube, we'll transfer that into this Delrin cylinder here. Now, the outside diameter of this is a fairly tight fit in the plenum itself, so I'm not worried about this thing blowing up or cracking or doing anything like that under pressure. However, I will be taking a safety precaution and removing the two O-rings, one on either block. These O-rings will be replaced with these two here, so air from the plenum won't be able to escape to atmosphere under normal circumstances, but if anything ever happens to this Delrin piece, it cracks, it splits, it breaks, anything like that, air will be able to leak to atmosphere and will be able to identify the problem. I will show exactly how this is fitted when we do the reassembly video. For now though, I just want to give you a quick brief video on a before and after. So I'll get these two parts fitted off camera and then I'll show you exactly what the difference is. Right then, so we've got all the parts fitted, the Delrin plug is inserted into the plenum, and we've got our new hammer in the back here. So, same as before, I'll give you a fire of the rifle, dry fire of the rifle, and you'll see the before and after difference. Hopefully from that you'll be able to hear the difference, and I'm really pleased with how this has worked. The ping from the plenum has totally gone. There's no ping anywhere from the rifle now. We still do have a bit of action noise at the back, but it's mainly the spring rattling around in the back here. I don't know if you can hear that, if the camera will pick that up. But you can hear the spring rattling around as you take a shot. We will have a look at that in the near future. I might make an SSG for this rifle in which the hammer spring will then be captured, but that will be coming at a later date. But for now, that's going to about do it for this video on the Uragan 2. In the next video, we'll probably be making a nice carbon fibre shroud for the rifle. I do have some other videos planned for the Uragan 2, like making an SSG, fitting some little carbon fibre bits to the rifle, and obviously we still have the reassembly to do. But for now guys, that's going to about do it for this video, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.